Hello friends, welcome back to your favorite YouTube channel IELTS with Dipak, and today we're going to discuss about the IELTS speaking part, and especially IELTS speaking part 1, the speaking topics. My friends, there are a number of topics which are being asked, or a number of topics which are being generally asked by the examiner to the candidate, and on which the candidate has to speak on certain topics. So today we're going to discuss about some of the most updated topic. As of now, the IELTS is being updated day by day, and it is in the IELTS is introducing new topics for the speaking, and those are the new topics which is being introduced by the Burlington. Yes, we had a previous version of IELTS in India. Specifically, we had a version of IELTS Cambridge. Cambridge used to design, develop, and maintain everything in India for the IELTS candidate. As of now, it's been changed to the Burlington. The Burlington has introduced some of the new topic, not all. They haven't changed everything, but they have changed a few of the things that we have to notice or we have to keep in mind. Otherwise, when we go to the examination center, or when we will appear for our IELTS speaking examination, we will have a confusion, like we get some surprise topic. So don't worry, we are going to discuss about some of those most important IELTS speaking part 1 topics which are given here. The first one is getting up early. First of all, before introducing those topics, I want to give you some information that the examiner will ask you introductory question to every candidates. Like first is about what's your name, where do you live, like about your home, your accommodation, your education, about your family, about your friend, or about your school life, your college life. Those may be the normal questions if you are academic student, means if you are doing study. And when they ask like what you do, and you say I'm working somewhere, so there may be about your workplace, about your colleague, about your company, about your position, about your responsibility. Those may be possible questions about or from your personal background. Here, then, once the introductory topics are done, it is definitely, or it is obvious that examiner is going to ask you a question on one, at least a single topic on your personal background. It can be from your academic, it can be from your professional, it can be from your family, it can be, or it may be from your family or anything. Then the examiner is going to change the or shift to the new topic, and which can be some of from it. So first one is getting up early. The examiner is going to ask you few questions on that topic, like do you like to getting up early? When do you get up? Why do you get up early? What are the advantages of getting up early? What are the disadvantages of getting up late in the morning? What generally people love to do in the morning in India or in your city? Those may be the general question from that topic. And for rest of the question, it is depending on your conversation, the way you are responding, the way you are replying to each and every question. The new topic or new question would be generated by the examiner. So first topic is getting up early, and second one is singing. Singing, do you like singing? Who is your favorite singer? When did you start singing? Have you ever learned something about singing? Are you a professional singer or what? Those can be the possible questions on the topic of singing. Then sitting down. Okay, sitting down in the sense taking a rest. So when do you sit down? Or which is the most famous place for you to sitting down or for you to take a rest? When people generally takes a rest, or which is the most favorite part of your house to take a rest in your house? So those can be the possible questions from the topic of sitting down. Then the recycling. Next one is recycling. Recycling in the sense using the things again, either in a same way, or taking or shaping a new size, new shape. Like recycling is a common topic. Mostly students are being asked on that. Like, do you recycle? What things can be recycled at your house? Why do we need to recycle? What are the reasons we need to recycle? Do most of the people in your city like to recycle? Do government supports everyone to recycle? Those can be the possible questions. Then comes the SMS or text messages, like short message services or the text messages. Like, do you like texting? What kind of the text do you receive, and what kind of text do you send? Whom do you generally send a text? To your friends, to your family members, to your colleague, your schoolmates? Whom do you generally send a text? And in your text, what do you generally share? Any information or any kind of data or anything that do you share? And what is the most weird SMS you have received so far, or which one was the most surprising text message you received so far? Those can be the possible questions from the text messages. Then comes the sports. Which one is your favorite sports? Why it is your favorite? When do you play that sports? Like, suppose you said the cricket, so is it the most popular sports in India? Why most of the people in India love to enjoy or love to play cricket in your country? And like, which are the other sports famous in your country? Those can be the possible questions from the sports. Then comes the mirrors. Mirror. Like, do you use mirror? How many times do you look into the mirror every day? Have you ever purchased a mirror? What kind of mirrors do you like to purchase? Who generally purchase a mirror for your house? Or do most of the people in India use mirrors? Those are the possible questions from the mirror. Then comes the telling jokes. Do you like jokes? Do you crack jokes? Telling jokes in the sense cracking jokes. Who is the most famous person in your family loves to crack jokes? Or what kind of jokes are generally famous in India? Those can be the possible topics or like questions. Then spending time with others. So how do you spend time with others? Like, how do you spend time with your family members? Or how do you spend your quality time with your friends, your relatives? What conversation do you do when you meet your family members? Or it can be the what are the topics that do you generally involve or you speak on when you are meeting with your family members or your friends or your colleagues or anyone. So those can be the spending time with others, that are number of questions. Then comes the pets and animals. Do you like animals? That can be the first question. Second would be, do you like wild animal or a pet animal or a domestic animal? Do you have any pet at your home? Suppose you have said, I have a dog at my home. So why do you have dog only? Why do you like dog only? Why not others? Do most of people in India love to have a pet animal at their home? Or do most of the people in India keep wild animal or keep domestic animal at their home? Do you scare of wild animal? Which are the or name some of the wild animals of India? Or where do you generally can see the wild animals easily? So those can be the possible questions from the pets and animals. Then comes the headphone. The first question can be, do you use headphones? Why do you use headphones? Do most of young people in India use headphones? Do most of aged people use headphones? Why people use headphones? What kinds of or what types of headphones are popular in India? Those can be the possible questions from the headphones. Then comes the shoes. Do you wear shoes? When do you wear shoes? What kind of shoes do you generally wear, like on different occasions? Or do most of people in India wear shoes? Which kind of shoes are popular in India? Do you purchase shoes from online stores or from online, offline? Or do you spend a lot of money behind shoes, or do you prefer to purchase expensive shoes? Those can be the possible questions. Then comes the gardens, or like public gardens and public parks. Do you have a garden near to your house? Have you ever been to any garden or park? What generally people do in garden? What are the amenities available in the gardens or parks? Those can be the possible topics or questions. Then comes the applications. Application in the sense it can be the, or it could be the mobile application, it could be the software, it could be anything. So what kind of applications do you use on daily basis? Which one is your favorite? Why it is your favorite? Which application is most famous in India? Or what are the commercial applications famous in India? Or do you use any social media applications? Which are there? So those can be the topics or like topic related questions based on the topic of application. Then comes the colors. Yes, mostly like the topic, the colors is being frequently asked to many students. Colors like which is or what is your favorite color and why it is your favorite? Which is the most famous color in India? Do you love wearing dark color costumes or bright color costumes? Does color affect your shopping? Thoughts can be the different questions on colors, or like there are number of questions that are being repeated many times in IELTS speaking part 1 specially. Then comes the weather. What kind of weather do you experience in your nation? Which is your favorite season? Why it is your favorite season? Which is the most popular season in your country? Or during specific season, like you have said, the winter. So, what activities you generally do? Or during some activity, or during some season, what other activities generally Indian people do? That can be the possible questions on the weather. Then comes the getting lost. Have you ever lost? Have you ever got lost somewhere? What are the things people should do when they get lost? Or when while visiting certain places, it is generally common that children are getting lost. So, what precautionary measures or what steps parents should do to stop or to protect their children? That can be the possible question on getting lost. Then comes the reading. Do you like reading? What kind of reading do you love? Do you read physical books or e-books? What topics do you generally read? What kind of literature do you prefer to read? When do you read? Where do you read? Either at your home or at library or at college or school or your working place or on weekdays, weekends, evening, morning. Like there can be number of questions on the basis of the reading. Then the holidays. When do you take holidays? How many times you get holidays during your work or from your school? How long do you have holidays? Which one is your favorite festival? Or where do you generally visit during your holiday? During last holiday, where have you been? Those can be question. Then comes the flowers. Do you like flowers? Which is your favorite flowers? Do most Indian people love kind of flowers? These are the topic. Or which are the flowers mostly famous in India? Then barbecue, yes, mostly again the reading is being repeated, holiday, flowers, and the barbecue is also being repeated. Barbecue, it is kind of a cooking recipe. It is nothing but just a cooking recipe that the mostly like vegetables or even non-vegetarian food being marinated with different spices and being cooked on the over the surface of the charcoal. So it is a barbecue. Okay. So do you like barbecue? Is barbecue famous in India? Do you know how to cook a barbecue? How to make a barbecue? Those can be the possible questions on kind of a different taste dishes, your personal liking or your disliking. Then comes the car trips. Do you know how to drive a car? Do you have a driver's permission? Have you ever drive? Have you ever the long distance trip, or have you ever been to any long trip on your car? What is your favorite destination? That can be the possible questions. Then comes the relaxing. This one is also being repeated many times. The topic of relaxation. Okay, what do you do to get relaxed? What other people are doing to get relaxed? Or what is your most favorite activity that helps you to get relaxed? Or what other peoples of India do to get relaxed? So those can be the possible question. Then comes the purse and wallet. Do you have purse? Do you have wallet? Like if it is a male candidate, can be wallet. If it is a female, can be the purse. Or like how many times do you purchase a wallet or a purse in a year? From where do you purchase a wallet or a purse? From the offline shopping, like do you like window shopping or online shopping? Why do you purchase that thing? Those can be the possible question. Then becomes the special costumes. Like the topic is also being repeated. Nowadays it is also being repeated because it is bit tricky. Special costume is what? A special costume is costume or a dressing sense, a dress code which people generally do not wear during their routine life, whether they are at home or whether they are at work or at school or educational institutions, they do not wear. But during some special occasions like the festive season, festivals, seasonal festival, regional festivals, or during the religious festivals, people prefer to wear a different kinds of costumes. They are colorful, most attractive, and they are also expensive. So, do you wear special costumes? What kind of special costumes people generally prefer to wear? When generally people wear special costumes? Do children like to wear special costumes? Or why do children like to wear special costumes? Those can be the possible questions on this topic. Then the primary school. Okay, so how was your primary school days? Do you still have or are you in contact with friends of your primary school? Or who was the favorite teacher of your primary school? Which was the favorite subjects when you were in your primary school? Those can be the possible question that reflects your past ability. Then comes the trees. Trees, again, a natural topic. Do you like trees? Do you know how to plant a trees? How to take care of a trees? What is the importance of trees in human life? Those can be the different topics. Then New Year. Okay. How do you celebrate New Year's? Do you like celebrating New Year's? What other people do during the New Year's? Or what people in India generally prefers to do on a New Year? That can be the like is New Year the most popular festival in your country? That can be the or what are the other popular festivals in India that generally people celebrate? Then the happiness. Okay, how do you get happy? Or what are the ways people get happiness? Why we need to get happiness? Or what is the most important part of getting happy? Those can be the questions. Then the decorations. Do you like decorating your house? Who decorates your house? How do you decorate your house? Or it can be your about your personal room. Do you decorate your personal room? How you decorate your personal room? What are the objects do you generally use decorating your room or your house or your colony? It can be different topics or questions. Then the farming. Do you know farming? How to plant? How to harvest? Those can be the question. Okay. Then the furniture. Okay, so who purchased the furniture to your house? It can be another question on which one is a favorite piece of furniture at your house. Do you like furniture? How much do you like furniture? Do most other people in India love to have a furniture? Then the phases of life like childhood, the adulthood, or the young generation, adult age, old age. Those can be the different questions like do you love this something, you don't like this something. That can be the possible questions. Then your home and your country. As I have said previously that initially they can ask you about where do you live. Is it your apartment? Are you living in apartment or a flat? Or do you love your country? How many people are living in apartments? Do people in your country prefer to live in a flats apartments or a kind of bungalows or row house. Those can be the different topics. And the names, yes, this topic is being repeated again. The names, you have to prepare it well. Like names, like do you love your names? Do you like names? Or what is the special meaning of your names? Do you remember others' name easily? Or why it is difficult to memorize someone's name? Those can be the possible questions. So friends, those are the possible questions that has been, or the possible topics that has been recently introduced by the Burlington in IELTS Speaking Part 1 specially. You will have to get familiar with all the topics. Now it comes to how, because questions are not fixed. You will get the topic, the highlight or hint about the topic. You will get a questions from those topics for sure. But how you will have to prepare? First, you will have to get all the idea related to the topic first. Read about a paragraph, read about many things about the topics first. Like for example, if it is a trees, you will have to read about the importance of trees, the plantation of trees, the taking care of a trees, or the importance of trees in city, important trees in like urban life or in like kind of villages or everywhere, to maintaining the atmosphere, the air, like maintaining the kind of the moisture in the air, anything. Like you will have to read about that topic a lot, and when you are reading, you will have to guess, you will have to assume that what kind of question, the topic that you are reading, what sort of question could be possible from that topic, and you will have to reply from yourself. Be careful when you are preparing the topic, or when you are preparing for the answers of that topic. You have to have about 4 to 7 lines of the answer. Do not just repeat like that. For example, color. So, what's your favorite color? And you respond that my favorite color is blue. That is incorrect or band 3 answer, because you are repeating the question. The paraphrasing is the most important part. Like when they ask you what's your favorite color, you should be saying that way. Well, there are so many different kinds, or like vibrant types of colors famous all over the world, but among them I mostly prefer blue, because when I wear blue I feel over cloud nine. You should be responding in that way. Don't just say what's your favorite movie, my movie is Shirley. Don't repeat the questions, because paraphrasing is most important part, as well as you will have to clear why, because each question is aligned with why. Which is your favorite pet animal? And if you say my favorite pet animal is dog, that is just a band 2 to 3 answer only. You will not get much more score. You will have to respond in there, like in India, most of the people generally keeps a variety of domestic or a variety of animals at their home, like the dog, the rabbit, the parrot, or some birds, others as well. But among them, I mostly prefer dog, because it is the most adorable, and even it is said dog is the most faithful animal to the people or the human, and that is the reason. So you should be responding in that way. Means you will have to clear why, because most of the students are getting stuck with why, and when you are stuck with why, your examination gets over, and you will ends up with somewhere 4.5 to 5 only. Especially part 1, the introduction part, or even especially task 3, the follow-up part. So in this next video, in upcoming part, I am going to introduce, or I am going to give you some key elements, some strategy to justify why. Because in task 3, why is the most important, that you will have to justify logically with higher level of accuracy, maintaining the task response as well as grammatical range. So I am going to provide you, or I'm going to make an entire video, I would say the 2 video. For the task 1, how to justify or respond why, and even task 3, the follow-up, how to justify the why, because both this section is having different logic to support the why. So those are the topics for task 1. Until and unless I prepare and upload another video, meanwhile, I would ask you or I would request you get familiar with all these speaking or a newly introduced speaking topic. Get all the idea, the conceptual idea about the topics, and then in upcoming videos, I am going to introduce how to justify why for each and every question logically, so that you will get 7, 5, 8 or even 8 plus easily in your first attempt. Thank you so much being with us, being with your favorite YouTube channel IELTS with Dipak. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel and even press the bell icon. Thank you so much.